All right, so today we're going to be looking at the third way to find slope, and that is from 2 points. Okay, that is from 2 points. So there are times when I don't have a table, I don't want to make a table, and I don't want a graph. I don't want to have to draw a graph, make all my lines, plot the points, and then make my slope triangle and count. I don't want to do that. It takes too much time. Okay, so sometimes we're given 2 points and have to find it from the 2 points. So before we start that, let's go ahead and just review finding my slope, finding my y-intercept, and finding my equation from my graph. So hit pause and take care of this for me. Make sure and simplify your slope. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Desmos calculator here. So we've got it available. All right, so let's go ahead and find our slope. I'm going to make my slope triangle. I notice this is negative. So I see that my B is here. Notice how this is skipping numbers in terms of that is positive 1. Okay, so B is positive 1. These lines are halves. So make sure you pay attention to what your table is saying. So negative. So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. So that's negative 4. Okay. Now I'm counting again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. What is negative 4 over 4? Well, if you said that's negative 1 over 1, you're right. So my equation would be negative 1 over 1x plus 1, or y equals negative 1x plus 1. I could even write it as y equals negative x plus 1. All of those work. Okay. Now finding a slope from the graph is cake. It's easy if we have the graph there. But what do we do if we're just given 2 points? Okay, what do we do if we're just given 2 points? So, for example, here's my 2 points right here. I don't want to graph. Okay, I don't want to graph. I don't have graph paper. I don't want to have to draw those. So I'm going to make use of this formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger for us for just a few minutes. Okay, and these are ordered pairs, x1, y1, x2, y2. So all those subscripts are is just telling me I have 2 points, okay? So I'm going to label x1, y1, because this is point number 1, x2, y2, because this is point number 2. And now I'm going to put the numbers in to my formula in the right spot. And since we are using substitution, I need to make sure and use parentheses. Okay, use parentheses. So I'm starting with y2. That's a 5. I'm going to cross that out. What number is in the same location on the other point? Well, y1 is a 3, so I'm going to cross that out. Okay, x2. x2 is 4. And what's left? That's the 1. Now at this point, I just need to do the math. What is 5 minus 3? That's 2. What is 4 minus 1? That's 3. Is that going to simplify? No. So I'm done. My slope is 2 over 3. 2 over 3. And again, using the parentheses is going to be really important because we are going to have double negatives show up. Okay, and to make sure we don't lose negatives, it is important for us to keep those negatives or those parentheses there. All right, let's label x1, y1, x2, y2. What's going to go in this first spot? That's my negative 6. Who's the matching number? That's a 4. Okay, let's go to the bottom. First one's a 5, then a negative 2. Okay, do the math. Negative 6 minus 4, that's negative 10. 5 minus a negative. Minus we know is plus. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Is that going to change or simplify? Remember, we don't want slope as a mixed number, so it stays as an improper fraction. And that is not going to change. Negative 10 over 7 does not change. All right, I want you to hit pause and see what you can do with this next one. Okay, let's see how you did. I'm starting with the -6. The match is the -2. Then I'm going to move to the other -6 and the 3. Okay, so first thing, negative is a positive. So -6 plus 2 gives me a -4. -6 minus 3 gives me a -9. Now, do I get to leave this as -4 over -9? I do not, because a negative and a negative is a positive. So that simplifies to 4 over 9. All right, go ahead and hit pause and see what you can do with these two. And then we'll be done for the day and you can start your homework. All right, let's see how we did. So -10, -4, -12, -20. Negative is positive. -10 plus 4 is -6. Negative again, positive. -12 plus 20 is 8. Is that simplified? So -6 divide 8. Get the right number in there. Is -3 over 4. And this next one, -8. Again, pull your Y's. -5. There's a 0 and a -12. Negative is positive, so -8 plus 5 is a -3, and negative here is positive, so 0 plus 12. And -3 divided by 12 is -1 over 4. So if that's what you came up with, you are golden. And looks like you're ready to rock and roll. So go ahead and start your homework. If you're struggling, make sure you reach out to us. We do have a quiz coming up pretty soon. It's important that you know how to get slope from all these methods, from the graph, from the table, and from 2 points.